Hi friends, here's an old classic cookie box. I think it was cookies for baking or something, I can't remember. So I'm using a modeling paste from DecoArts to put some texture on the back of my cardboard here. I had this thing cut out for ages thinking I was going to do a project a long time ago with Nikki, and it didn't happen. We just didn't choose that one. So yeah, I'm using a DecoArts stencil as well. I have a link to DecoArts, and it has like it opens up to their whole store and all their products, so you guys can check that out in the link below. Right now I am using book paper to fill in that circle that I had drawn out like a while ago. So I'm using decoupage, Americana decoupage for that, and just hearing it all in there in all different directions, and just to fill that up. This book page, there's not very much of it showing, but there's a couple spots that are showing that I'm very pleased with, and so I did it. You know, there's with mixed media, there's layers, and a lot of times there's stuff that's not showing, and there's stuff that's, you know, it gets covered up, but you're having fun doing it, and I think it's the process that is really relaxing, very meditating. So here I'm putting some gesso in and on, and I'm just gessoing the whole thing all over the matte medium, actually the modeling paste, and getting the cardboard kind of gone. I lighten up the center where I put the book paper, add just a lot of water and wash that out and wipe that up afterwards, because I want that to show, at least for now. No, I want that to show, and I wipe that up with a little bit of tissue there. So I got a few spots of Americana black paint, and it is actually the DecoArts Traditions, one of their packaging of paints that I had used, the black, carbon black, and I'm just washing it on, I'm kind of doing like a wash. It's a black wash, not a white wash, a black wash. And I like that look, so I'm pulling out some old silk flowers and stuff that I just got from yard sales or whatnot. Also, those packages of pictures and whatnot are from Seven Gypsies, when I belonged to Canvas Corp brand creation, like a creator or whatever, to design team or whatever it's called. I ordered all these things, and I never used them, and I actually only done a few projects. I did win one of my first things on there last year. It was actually for a Valentine thing, but I just never, I wasn't motivated enough, I guess, to continue with it. So this year I didn't apply for it again, but I have all this stuff left. I use a magazine paper, and I find a girl that just fits on there perfect. I know this is a singer, can't think of her name. You guys probably know who she is, rapper or something like that. I know, I recognize her face, I just don't know. I'm splitting up some of these cards and using my old black Stays On, I think it is, and just inking up the edges. It's a nice soft black, it's not a harsh black, so it looks really good. It's like dusting up the edges. I want the tagger foot to go over her shoulder, pieces to go around and behind her. So I'm trying to glue that in. That white piece up there is a page from a library to keep the dates and when to return your book. It's just a little piece of paper for stamping your date on. And this sticker is from the Canvas Corp brand, and it's one of the ones I guess I got for being one of the designers. And yeah, so I'm just gluing this down with the decoupage and trying to get over her shoulder, so I'm kind of playing around with it, get the magazine there, and just kind of playing around, ripping it up. And I didn't want so much chunky card, so I'm just doing that again, inking it up, getting that tiger over her shoulder. It made me all happy. Put the library paper back there. So I'm using Liquitex, I think that's what it's called, matte medium, just to glue some of the thicker stuff down. And I'm getting that, rip that card. I'm using, and every card piece I rip, either I use it here, the top part of that one, I have it below now, I glue that one on. I use that for underneath my sentiment, so just for texture and layer. And this is just a picture of a bunch of people, and it's still again with that Seven Gypsies. It looked like a bunch of, I don't know, hunters or something like that, all kind of posing for a picture. They all had like a weapon or something. Here is something I guess I got at a secondhand store or a thrift store or something, just some little jewel things hanging on wire, very cheap. And I wrap a few of those up into a circle. I cut them out. And here's a piece of cloth from a dance class when the girls were in dance, and they gave me all the leftover material. So you just keep any scraps of material and stuff that you can get from people that make things, or if you make things on your own. I'm just layering up these flowers. I totally tore them apart and then took the plastic pieces off so then it'd be nice, easier to glue down. And I'm using that matte medium. I'm just chunking it on there and using it. I'm kind of roughing up my edges, adding more ink, that kind of thing on that sediment, using that ripped top part in the background. This star I got for after the Christmas is over, and they have boxes of these stars that hang in your tree. I think I got a whole box, a bunch of boxes actually. I bought them for like $1, and I was giving them away in Happy Mail, and I got still some left, and I'm using it up here and there. So there's a lot of stuff that's recycled, a lot of stuff that's in my stash. You know, the things that I didn't really buy that you would normally buy, I guess, was the 7 Gypsies. I mean, I would normally probably just find pictures on my own, but I had them and I had to use them. So I'm layering up these old flowers. Like I said, you get them at yard sales and that kind of thing. And pull them apart, put them in. You can even get them at dollar store. I have little rings in there. They're silvery-ish. Actually, they're not even silver. They're metal, but I got them from Victor in a birthday mail a few years back. Throwing some buttons in the center of the red flowers, and the other one had a nice closed center, so I didn't need to do that, but those ones were opened and you can see down the center, so I put buttons that had like a jewel in the center and jewels all the way around. They're really cute. Putting glossy medium now, I believe, or maybe the matte still, because I do add glossy at the end too. And I'm just using things, you know, sticking buttons here and there, and I'm using just the metal buttons for sticking on there, and you'll see closer up. Oh, I think I put one plastic one up there. Maybe it might have been metal. I'm trying to keep to the same idea, so I'm just throwing in some chunks. Here is the decoupage, but what I'm saying is when I throw on a little bit of medium, like even the gloss medium, I'm letting it chunk up, so then it's like lots of texture. That's what I mean when I'm saying throwing in some chunks, and just letting it just really be kind of sloppy but really nice. And then when you add the gold over top of that really thick medium, it looks really neat. Drying it up, and I do add gold after. So I put a little red around my edges, and this red is acrylic, and it's fluid acrylic from DecoArts. And then a black, that black again that I had, and just doing that along the edge, kind of mixing them both together. It's like cadmium red, and trying to get a little bit of that red. I got a little bit of a purpley color in my flowers there, purpley red. And the blue that I'm using is like I believe, let's see, that's not the teal. I'm looking at my colors right now. That blue I put around in there it's actually a green. It's kind of like a robin's egg, but it is patina green. And as well, I put my fine liner, and I used like a fine liner around the edges. I'm like behind because I'm looking at what I'm doing. I'm putting some jewels on there. Now this is a broken bracelet. I'll show you guys that. Probably will flip up that bracelet to show you. It's a broken bracelet I bought Chloe for Christmas one year, and it broke. And I just used that pieces of that. So the fine liner is black pearl, and I just added that around the edges. Now I'm putting the very super gloss medium on there to glossen up and harden up my flowers, my silk flowers. And like I said, I put chunks of it here and there. I let it just get really messy around the edges especially. And between the shoulders and her neck in a couple spots, you can see the book paper in the back, so I'm really happy. I add some gold afterwards. I put black on the back, all the way on the back, and gold, and you'll see that at the end of the video, so you can keep watching. And then I add gold all over, little spots here and there. I have some dangles here, some kind of, these are Chinese, I think, jewels, gems, jewel things. They're like metal beads, really cool. So I put a white one on one side and I put a red one on the other side. I think it looks really neat and goes well. Hey friends, friends, I want to show this image as a little video here at the end of my video. We'll see if this works. So this was the cookie box like cutout I showed at the beginning. I didn't show the cutting out, but and all the things that were on it. So I'm going to show you the front. The back I painted black and gold and I really put lots of heat on it to make it bubble and look really old and rustic. Don't mind my mess in the background. I thought I'd do a little clip instead of just a photo. And that is it. So a little close up. The texture here, how it looks, is I like it a lot. I wanted these flowers to look more like glass, and they look pretty nice. I like the way they turned out. Less soft looking. Here's my little, see if we can see it. I don't know. There's my little, a hunch of is creativity trying to tell, tell you something. And there's some bling hanging. This one's kind of, oops, there. So just wanted to do a little video. This is from the library. I bought some library books and I just pulled these off from the inside. They just stuck them on the top in the library books to stamp the date that they need to be back. Use that. Of course, all the card and everything I used was from Seven Gypsies. And of course my collage from my magazine. Old jewelry, as you've seen in the thing, and this is also probably from Seven Gypsies, or it was a Canvas Court brand sticker, so don't know. These I found in the yard sale, or they were given to me actually by Victor. I have different colored ones. That's who I got these from in my birthday mail a few years ago. So those little circles. And that's that, guys. Just want to share that on at the end of my little video. Thanks for watching. Bye.